An absolutely huge day of football. We'll get onto the 2 p.m. games at the end. We'll do the Chelsea-Man City game first because a huge result for Man City, a huge performance from Man City really. It was a game of two halves for sure. First half, City weren't themselves by any means. Chelsea were absolutely in this game. On the break, they looked pretty good. They looked pretty dangerous. They looked like they could have created a few chances and given Donnarumma some problems, who has actually shown himself to have quite a few weaknesses. Recently, he's not been the best, I'd say. But yeah, the first half was mainly just not very much quality from either side. It was more end-to-end than the second half was, for sure, because the first half was mainly about Doku, really. Doku, whenever he gets the ball, you think, okay, something dangerous is going to happen here, and then he gets past a man or two men, but his end product was shocking in the first half. Really, really bad. And this is the Doku of old almost, because at the start of the season before he got injured, we were seeing a little bit more end product from him. I think it was it the game against Liverpool, maybe, Man City against Liverpool, where he just run the show. Seriously run it. But in the first half, he got on the ball quite a lot and just couldn't do a lot with it. He just couldn't make that final pass. He couldn't get that shot off. He just lost the ball too many times. But he himself was so much better in the second half as well. Took his goal really, really well. I'm not sure what Caicedo's doing. We'll get on to him in a bit. But took his goal really, really nicely. I mean, again, goalkeeping you could talk about from Sanchez. Not the actual rollout. Again, we'll get onto that goal in a bit. But in general, Doku was much better in the second half. He even did a little bit where he played it into Haaland. Created a chance as such, I'd say. But yeah, he looked so much better in the second half. And Man City in general looked so much better in the second half. A whole lot better. Nico O'Reilly just continuing to do what Nico O'Reilly does. He gets into some such dangerous positions. He makes it so hard for a defender, or not even a defender really, because he's technically a left back, right? He's setting up at left back. So it should be the right winger that's following him. In this case, whether it's Esteval, Neto, whoever it is, they should be following him. But he gets into like a centre-forward position, like you'd see from a box-to-box midfielder, like Gundogan used to do, for example, for Man City. He gets into positions in the box like a striker would, making it so hard for a winger to follow him, because a winger would have to follow him all the way to that position. A winger would be in the centre-back position, which is so tough. And then he's so athletic when the ball goes towards him. I mean, there wasn't really anyone picking him up, so he didn't need to win the ball as such. He just gets up, he's so tall, so good in the air as well. We've seen it multiple times now. In the box, he is great in the air. Seriously good player. And the second goal as well, really, really good goal. Rayan Cherki, man. What a footballer he is. He is a breath of fresh air. Every time he gets on the ball, he's so expressive. He wants to do something with it. So good. So good. The little pass through to Mark Gahey for the second goal, it's like a little prod with his left foot. It's just beautiful. It really is. The vision to actually see it, and then also the touch and the finish from Mark Gahey. The finish is almost like a striker. The finish is delightful. The first touch as well. He is actually really dangerous in the box, whether that's in the air or actually with the ball at his feet. He is very good in those scenarios. But yeah, the third goal, where Chelsea, it's all they're doing really. I mean, Bob Sanchez, I'm typically critical of him, even when he was in good form at the start of the season. I thought to myself, he kind of has to do this for a very long time to make up for the errors that he's had in the past. But I don't think this was his fault at all. Him rolling that ball into Caicedo. Caicedo had all the time in the world. There was no one near him when he first got the ball. All he had to do was pop it off and move on. It wasn't difficult. He holds on to the ball for so long. And what has happened to Caicedo in recent months? At the start of the season, we saw people comparing him to Declan Rice and saying that Caicedo is better than Rice. Don't get me wrong, Rice hasn't been that great of late, but Caicedo has fallen off a cliff in terms of his form. Chelsea are just in crisis though. They really are. I don't know what they are. I mean, I guess you could expect this given the amount of players they've brought in, given the amount of changes, Rosenior, whether he's good enough or not. But outside of Palmer, you would have said Caicedo as well. Outside of Palmer and Joao Pedro, They've got nothing, realistically, nothing. If you look at their squad, I mean, we all know they needed a centre-back. They've needed a centre-back for so long. Well, I say so long. Ever since Colwill got injured, they needed a centre-back. That was unfortunate that Colwill hasn't been around for any of this season, of course. But defensively, they really do need a centre-back. They do. Fofana's not good enough. Achimpong is young. He's okay. Not good enough at this point. Trevor Chalobah, obviously injured now, but he was getting plaudits, even though he was actually just playing okay. He was just playing better than the other centre-backs. Tosin Adarabioyo's useless. It's just not good. Jorel Hato looks like he could be a good player, for sure, but not necessarily what they need right now. He's not good enough right now. Chelsea are in trouble, because going forward as well, I mean, Esteval is a talent, of course he is, but you can't really rely on him to create stuff, like, time after time. Neto's okay. Everyone's just okay. Delap's not doing it. I do think Delap was actually a good signing, and I quite like that signing, but he, again, just hasn't done it this season. They're so reliant on Palmer. They're so reliant on Joao Pedro, especially with Enzo out. I think they need to bring Enzo back in, regardless of the internal ban or whatever's happened. I think he's probably served that now. It was 2 games, I believe. So he should come back in regardless. But it's just not good. It's not good at all from Chelsea. They are in some sort of crisis, really. But Man City, this result was big for Man City. A huge result. Because no matter what the media was saying, you looked at this build-up to this game, and you got Sky Sports, you've got all of the media outlets just expecting an easy Man City win, saying they're coming in with so much form. They weren't, realistically. Their last Premier League games were a draw against Forest and a draw against West Ham. That's hardly form. Yes, they've won cup games since they battered Liverpool in the cup, of course. But in the league, their last 2 fixtures were a draw against Forest and a draw against West Ham. That's hardly sparkling form. But today they were really good, and this will have helped a lot, because this Arsenal team look like they are shaking. It makes next week's game a huge, huge game now. City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. City obviously have a game in hand now, 6 points in it. If City go and beat Arsenal at the Etihad, and then they've got a game in hand to play, that is huge. And this result was actually quite big for goal difference as well, because obviously 6 points in it at the moment, you could see it come down to goal difference. And 3 goals against Chelsea is huge. A 3-goal swing is massive. But the result and the performance, more so, are so important from Man City, because they look good right now. And Arsenal look the opposite. Arsenal need to sort something out, and quickly. But that's enough about this game. The 2 o'clock games now, and we only care about 2 of them really. Nottingham Forest with a draw against Villa. I don't hate that result. Nottingham Forest don't look that bad right now, I don't think. Obviously, a good result against City, a draw against City a while back. Them beating Spurs. I don't think Forest look that bad. So for them not to beat Villa, and this is a Villa who played midweek, of course, in the Europa League. So I don't hate this as a draw at all. It means that we, West Ham, pick up points on them, which is brilliant. But Spurs are in meltdown right now. Absolute meltdown. A 1-0 loss away to Sunderland. A tough place to go, don't get me wrong. So maybe you wouldn't expect a win there. But De Zerbi, I'm not sure his setup was... I don't like that setup at all. I don't like the setup. And there are so many players that are not performing. The front 3 today looked awful. Kolo Muani, Solanke and Richarlison. All 3 of them looked terrible. Conor Gallagher, he's a shell of the player he was when he was at Palace and Chelsea. I thought that it wasn't even that bad a signing. Yes, it wasn't the kind of profile of midfielder that they needed. They needed like a Wharton who's going to progress the ball through passing. And Gallagher isn't that. Gallagher's legs. Gallagher's an engine. But at least you're getting something from him. They're not getting that at all. This Gallagher at Spurs is not the same Gallagher. He is awful. He's really bad. But the stuff I'm seeing on social media about the ref, I mean, I've seen 2 clips. I haven't even seen all of the decisions. I'm sure there were some really bad decisions from the referee. I don't think we'd see this much outrage if there wasn't. But the 2 big ones that I've seen, obviously the Brian Brobby elbow on Pedro Porro. Firstly, it's a foul on Brian Brobby. Pedro Porro is all over him. He has got his hands all over him. He's pulling him all around. And then that elbow isn't an elbow. It's just not. What we're seeing there is not necessarily a bad decision. And then the second one, Jesus, I'm seeing people saying that these two players' lives were in danger. Romero and Kinski's lives were in danger. He's just pushed him. He's pushed him. It's a foul. Don't get me wrong, it's a foul. But this isn't some crazy, dangerous play by Robbie. All he's done is push the defender, which, like I say, is a foul. But it's not a straight red. It's not any of this incredibly dangerous play I'm seeing. It's just not. It's not good, obviously, that the two players have collided in the way they have. But he's not absolutely shoved Romero into Kinski on purpose. It's not as dangerous and malicious as people are making out. It's crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, like I say, I'm sure there were some horrific decisions, because you wouldn't see this much outrage if that weren't the case. But those two aren't as crazy as these Spurs fans are making out. But the results for us are absolutely massive, absolutely huge. A big win for us, which also helped our goal difference, because our goal difference was horrific before this game, or this weekend, sorry. To then see Spurs lose and then Forest draw, it's huge. Leeds haven't obviously played yet. Leeds play Man United tomorrow. That's a tough game as well. But it's a massive weekend, an absolutely huge weekend. We're going to have so much confidence going into our next game now. It's massive, absolutely huge, and it's against Palace. Palace play midweek again, and we saw today that Palace are quite happy to rotate quite a few players. 5 changes from the team on Thursday. Obviously, we don't play till Monday, which is slightly annoying because that does give them a bit more time to rest. But yeah, huge day of football. Arsenal are bottling it. West Ham are staying up. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. But that is all for this one. If you liked the video, make sure you hit like. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.